Flying halfway across the world for a one-week vacation to Japan is a massive investment of your money, your vacation days, and your physical energy. There is zero room for dead time. Because the clock is ticking, most people default to the famous Golden Route, a highly ambitious sprint meant to conquer the giant urban hubs of Osaka, Kyoto, and Tokyo all in a single week. Today, we're auditing a specific version of this plan. This 7-day itinerary promises the ultimate Japanese highlight reel. Within a strict 168-hour window, it schedules castles, ancient temples, massive shopping districts, day trips to see wild deer, and potential theme park visits. This approach trades deep cultural immersion for raw geographical coverage. But packing 3 major metropolitan hubs into a 7-day window carries a severe mathematical risk. We need to find out if this pace results in an incredible trip or if it simply results in logistical burnout. Beautifully formatted, two-dimensional itineraries have a habit of hiding the harsh physical realities of navigating Japanese geography and complex transit infrastructure. So we are putting this specific blueprint through a stress test. We'll audit its daily pacing, its intercity logistics, and its hotel strategy to see if it actually aligns with how you like to travel. Evaluating a plan like this requires looking past the names of the tourist sites. We have to map out exactly what executing this pace will physically do to you on the ground. Let's start with the accommodation strategy. To hit all these cities, this itinerary mandates packing up and changing your home base 3 separate times over the course of the week. In theory, this makes sense. Moving your luggage to a new city the night before means you wake up right next to the major morning sites, saving you a train ride at dawn. In practice, hotel hopping creates immense friction. You have to pack your suitcase, haul it through crowded transit hubs, locate your hotel, drop your bags, and navigate strict afternoon check-in windows. This timeline visualizes the actual cost of that friction. You can expect 3 to 4 hours of prime daylight to evaporate every single time you change hotels. Doing that 3 times in 7 days severely damages the return on your time investment. If you are traveling with a family, or if you simply pack heavy, this constant movement becomes a massive liability. That friction gets worse when we look at the daily site groupings. Day 4 tasks you with conquering Kyoto's biggest highlights before lunch. The sites listed, Fushimi Inari, Kinkakuji, and Arashima-yama, are gorgeous. They are undeniably the most visually recognizable photo locations in the entire city. They also sit on completely opposite outer edges of the city. This map of Kyoto shows the transit reality. To connect the south, north, and west points of the city, you have to rely heavily on Kyoto's local bus system. You will spend significantly more time standing on crowded local buses than you will actually looking at the temples. By mid-afternoon, severe attraction fatigue will set in. Because the schedule is so tight, you have no buffer. You are forced to sprint through the most crowded, superficial layers of these historic areas just to check them off the list. Cramming geographically separate megasites into a single half-day block is a notorious scheduling error. It practically guarantees you will leave Kyoto feeling exhausted rather than inspired. Then we have the branching options on days 2 and 6. You are forced to choose between controlled train trips and massive entertainment complexes. Universal Studios Japan and Disney Sea are absolutely world-class parks, offering experiences you cannot get anywhere else. But navigating them requires waking up before dawn, standing in lines for hours, and walking miles across concrete. A theme park consumes 100% of your daily physical stamina. It leaves you zero energy for evening exploration or spontaneity. Dropping a full-throttle theme park day into the middle of an already aggressive cross-country schedule takes a heavy toll. It effectively compresses your 7-day cultural trip into a far more exhausting 5-day trip. Finally, we have to account for the intercity travel on days 5 and 7, which requires jumping between the Kansai and Kanto regions. These intercity legs add a significant premium to your overall budget, often hundreds of dollars per person, shifting the trip's cost-to-value ratio before you've even visited a single shrine. More importantly, it creates a rigid time trap. Day 7 requires you to navigate all the way back to Osaka from Tokyo just to catch your departure flight. Executing this cross-country sprint demands absolutely flawless execution. One delayed local train, or simply oversleeping on your final morning, could easily cause you to miss your international flight. When we account for the total daylight hours lost to transit and transfers, This 7-day itinerary reveals itself as a high-yield, high-friction blueprint optimized for speed, not comfort. This chart breaks down who this schedule serves. Solo travelers or couples with only backpacks, high stamina, and a rapid-fire pace? This route works. But with small children, mobility issues, heavy suitcases, or a preference for slow culture, this plan breaks you. For the average vacationer, attempting to execute this exact list is functionally a marathon. You will likely be miserable by day 3. If you recognize yourself in that second group, you need an alternative strategy. The most effective pivot is to anchor your entire 7 days in just one region. Pick either Kanto for Tokyo or Kansai for Osaka and Kyoto. Stay put and use local trains for smaller, localized day trips. You can even use one of the specific hotels recommended on this sheet as your single, stable home base for the entire week. By dropping cross-country bullet trains and daily hotel check-ins, you eliminate the logistical friction entirely. You trade the exhaustion of a strict checklist for the actual enjoyment of a 1-week vacation.